Why'd you do that?
Because she wants you to play with her. Anyways, in case that any of the mics picked that up, our dog is just being this nice, spoiled little
Go get it.
annoying creature that she is.
6 toys.
Yeah.
Right there.
You know how she is. Anyways, welcome back everybody to another episode of Oxygen Not Included. Now we are done with the 100 dupe challenge, so to speak.
The part to have, let's see how long it takes to get to 100 dupes without any of them dying for unnecessary reasons.
Like, it took about 400 cycles, but for the sake of actually getting to do something with the colony, this never was just going to be a reach 100 dupes, yay, it's over, now just delete the map because nobody cares. No, like, we're gonna keep it running at least till cycle 500. At the very least, I want to see if we can churn out enough plastic to give everybody their own
bed.
Yeah,
bedroom.
Comfy bed. Give them their own bedroom so that they're actually not necessarily sharing, a barracks. I mean, sure, there are only 2 people barracks, but still. That and there's some issues that need to be addressed in this map in general. Look at this bullcrap, Kelsey. So the polluted vent turned off.
Okay.
Sometime last stream. It was flooding down here because of the heat thanks to the polluted vent. And now some of it
Factory frozen?
Well, actually no, now I'm confused. Why is there I was expecting this to be polluted ice. I'm not sure why there's actually sand down here.
Yes, hello. What are you doing?
So we've got power issues to deal with, we've got carbon dioxide creep to deal with.
Meg, what are you doing? Here.
Truthfully, I kind of don't want to fix the carbon dioxide creep on this side. Part of the reason why I was letting it go so badly was because we actually had some issues with... You're too hot. We had some issues with how much chlorine was in the immediate vicinity, so it meant that we had the wrong atmosphere and it just couldn't grow the way that we needed it to.
Yes. So you're using the carbon as a way to get the chlorine out of the way.
Yeah, like the chlorine floats up, and carbon dioxide is a acceptable, what's it called? Atmosphere
Necessary
for that.
evil.
I mean, it's not hurting anyone. That and
except for your dupes.
They're fine. They can hold their breath. That
You're
and
so mean.
They're fine. Hey, they're getting eventual bedrooms for all 100 of them. I'm sure they're gonna be fine.
You're so mean.
So I think we've got quite a few issues to actually take care of. This includes like probably setting up another one of these rooms to help distribute more oxygen. I think we're definitely still experiencing some power issues with I think I just need to drop in some more hamster wheels because it's kind of annoying. I'm not gonna lie. Also, are you guys too hot? Did our livable area shift off that much? Yes, it did. Is that all because of you? I'm gonna say yeah, that's all because of that. So let's just ignore that. How about that? Alright, before we left last time, I was actually trying to get this built and, I guess for lack of a better word, encased, just so that, this can get tapped in, have it all, cool off and condense into this water pit, since it's already a warm water source anyway. May as well take advantage of it. We're not on ceramic, right? Good. Okay, I think that's how we're gonna run this. We'll probably finish giving it some more structure later, but for now, this is completely acceptable for the way that we want things. Also, I'm gonna take that opportunity to keep on going. Up here, And we're just gonna see what happens. I also think the other ultimate side quest for this, or side goal for me for this, is gonna eventually be to mine out the whole asteroid. But right now I'm actually having second thoughts on that, just because um, I'm kind of afraid as to what's gonna happen with breathability issues. Should I continue to mine up? I'm a little afraid that that means I may need to shift everyone up, or what if I start pulling things down, if there's just going to be a bigger carbon dioxide sink, or if suddenly all the oxygen is going to keep flowing down too because there's just a bigger pocket of things to flow into, I suppose, would be the best terminology for that. Oh well. I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. At least up here, and with the suits, nobody can get screwed anymore. Also, if I flash this... Like, unfortunately, this has been warming up thanks to the steam vent just firing off every so often. I think it pretty much means that we can't use any of this polluted water for the way that I wanted to use it for. You know, like the way that I'm using it for as a cooling loop for the plants. And I think we're just gonna forfeit this small pocket of hydrogen in here. I could probably afford to actually start closing this off a little bit more, but considering there's an actual mesh tile at the bottom, it's gonna get stuck in there anyway. There's no reason, I shouldn't do that one. There's no reason to worry about it too much, so we're gonna leave that alone. I think part of our strategy for actually building or securing enough plastic for everyone is really just going to be a waiting game. We need to wait for the bottom left water vent to just keep churning out clean water for us to throw into into this oil reservoir. And yeah, eventually we'll do something with this crude oil and start refining it. But again, before that, we're probably just going to rely on nothing but... Hello, polluted water. We're just going to rely on nothing but the glossy Drecos to do our dirty work for us, if you want to call that dirty work. Also, I'm not as excited anymore to hear that fire off, but I'm glad it is. So let's see what we're getting today. Sure, I want a 319th fungal spore. Why the heck not?
That's a lot of mushrooms. Wonder why your people aren't high.
Cause
or they tripped out their gourds.
Because they put mushroom on pizza. I don't know.
Mushroom does not belong on pizza. I like mushrooms, but I do not like them on pizza.
I don't like mushrooms, period.
I know you don't. That's why all the mushrooms are mine.
Also, yeah, we're gonna reclaim this room. It is way too hot. We do need to set up a new Nosh Bean farm area somewhere else. And yeah. I think we're going to continue the floor developments by starting the dig like this way. You know, carefully but slowly, sort of. And just keep our fingers crossed that nothing bad happens. Probably. I'm surprised at how cold this polluted water is. I may try and dig a ladder down so it all comes into this polluted ice pit and eventually just keeps melting into usable cold water, or cold polluted water. And I'm pretty sure they just sheared a sheep. Yeah. Or maybe.
I like the wall sheep. Okay, never mind. I was like, are those guys trapped up there?
No, they're fine.
Then I saw the ladder.
They're totally fine.
Sure.
I mean, I'm still gonna keep an eye on them because I do not trust these guys whatsoever. I think we've had a grand total of like 6 restarts throughout the entire challenge. because of some dummy just getting stuck somewhere. And yeah, we're just gonna start giving structure to these rooms then, because we've essentially lost this Noshbean room, that and its companion on the other side. So like, there you guys go, make that into an actual room. That and we can totally ditch the mechanical airlock and actually shift the doorway back down to where it should be, so they're not having a stupid time climbing in and out of the room. Hopefully me forcing them to mine that is gonna take care of a few things. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Technically I'm in the clear to finish this off, but we're gonna be very cautious about it. I don't want to mess with the leaky oil fissure that's sitting right there. Oh, good job, guys. There we go. Oh, you know what? Those are not counting as bathrooms at all. Mostly because there's no door and no wall. Yeah, those poor rooms at the bottom have not been bathrooms this entire time. Oops.
I mean,
my bad.
Don't forget the
what?
block in the middle.
There it is.
There we go.
Don't worry, I saw it. Also, seeing them use the bathroom right now is really fucking cool. I actually hadn't seen it happen. I love how you can see
their eyes through the door.
Okay, that's kind of creepy.
I know.
I actually hadn't noticed that.
I had. I see one of your decreased bathroom speed.
This one?
No, the one next to him, Otto.
Oh. Was it really that bad?
I could only notice because it's about halved from the other ones.
Okay.
So like the one got in next to him at the same time and was done. So it's just interesting to see.
That's nice. I haven't been paying attention. It's more of a there you go. Just
I usually don't, but it's like I just looked over and noticed.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little surprised there's still this much stuff to do throughout the base, and they're still being able to show up as idle. You know what I mean? It's honestly borderline annoying me. Besides the fact that they do end up getting stuck on ladders and stuff, you know, like they are right now. I'm pretty sure that's just because the computer or the game is trying to decide, like, hey, what should they be doing now? And there's just so much going on that it's really slow for them. Also, the glossy ones look dumb when they're shaved. I don't know if you've seen one, Kelsey.
Yeah, they're kind of dumb.
They look dumb. Okay.
Free plastic, though.
I know. I really should have started that up, like, ages ago.
Again, I've tried on my map, but they've died. I just don't have them in a good heat area.
That's fair. Also, what is this? That is sand. Where is the sand coming from?
You just moved. You're fine.
No, she's not. She's also louder than normal tonight. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, let's get rid of that. Sorry, we're doing minor, I guess, housekeeping with the base. With the way that I'm just trying to keep things in line. I do have to laugh. Earlier, this really ended up being nothing but a waiting game and making sure that the calories were either stable or increasing. Fortunately, right now they're just practically permanently increasing. Now that we're officially set on the 100. You guys are fine, don't give me that. Just, you know, multi-ping that somebody's probably suffocating. And yeah, we're gonna totally start just claiming as many of these resources as we can from the edge of the map. Just cause. The neutronium layer is cool to look at, but it's gonna be fun to just seriously mine everything off of it. You know, I should probably worry about actually trying to get to space with this many dupes floating around. Hey, are you dormant? Yeah, you're dormant. Okay. Alright, this one's doing hydrogen, which should probably get access to, like, these little pockets. What the fuck? Ha, I killed them.
Good job.
Alright, let's run that back, because I wasn't paying attention.
Good job.
Yep. And is that it? It's today the 14th? Yeah, today's the 14th. Awesome, I killed them from neglect. And this is why I'm like, yeah, we probably should pay attention to whenever the thing is yelling at me for, hey, they're suffocating, hey, they're suffocating. Like, nah, they're fine. They're just different dupes on different parts of the base. Oh crap, no, that was totally my bad. My bad. Now, could we have just continued and, you know, replaced the, what was that, 2 that probably died? Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably. Meh. Better just reload it and, well, at this point I'm pretty sure we've technically lost at least 10 of them due to the dupes just screwing each other over. Again, it's happened more times than I'd like to admit that they just, I'll give like a build order or a dig order and some idiot dupe will just get stuck somewhere. Or their fellow duplicants will just like, hey, I need to dig out the thing you're on, so you may as well keep going up. And then, oh, it's break time. Well, nice knowing ya. And then they'll just leave them. And then this shit happens. Come on, game. I hear the game music. Thank you. All right, how far back are we? I think I'd given like this at the very least. Unless I'm mistaken, we're literally just at the beginning of last cycle. You know, the one where I'm like, yeah, let's clear this up, and then somebody freaking dies. Or, well, 2 freaking people died. Kelsey, do you remember if I actually ever did set up the chlorine room? Or...
You didn't.
Ah, there it is.
See? You didn't.
We're gonna knock this down to 1, because I borderline fixed my mistake from last time, but, yeah. The whole reason there's so much water here, it's not because this biome's been melting, not entirely. I left the enable auto bottle option on for like
a while.
50 cycles maybe. And yeah, pretty much bad things happened. So I think what we're going to do this time, instead of accidentally killing somebody, I'm just going to give mop orders. Or try to give mop orders, and leave them alone from there. This room is fixable now. It was our original natural gas storage room, and it broke for whatever reason. And yeah, that's why we've got 2 of them. And I really need to start getting that under control. Pumping out more refined metal, but I'm pretty sure that's the entire reason why we're experiencing power issues. Okay, grab that. The other thing that I'm really trying to do is, since we were growing so many, or we have so much reed fiber, I'm trying to get everybody clothed. The problem with this is weird things will happen every now and then, so you'll see the assigned snazzy suit move, but then suddenly somebody that I've definitely already assigned a suit to just pops back at the beginning of the list. you know, like, these 6 meeps are all, well, different. I swear I've given that max something. Like, so I'm borderline jumping around and just hoping that I hit someone else. See, the meeps showed up again. And I'm pretty sure that Meemaw showed up again as well. So I'm not entirely sure what governs who's gotten a suit or not. I'm pretty sure it's more like a, hey, hit 3 dupes to gain a suit, and then just hope that they come by and pick it up, and then keep assigning people their own suits. Okay, that one's off. That one's off. Was it too much? It was too much. Okay. Couldn't remember, I'm sorry. Okay, that's a fair amount of water, but ideally I might not turn my attention to this water pit until two activity cycles off of this particular water geyser. That being said, we might be in a position to start dropping in the infrastructure for, say, starting up the oil well stuff. But I'm pretty sure... Actually, we're going to start producing a little more steel, because I'm pretty sure we're going to need things made out of steel for this particular portion of things. That and I think we're just going to open up the rest of this to hold on to a little extra crude oil. We're going to avoid this sporchid just because I don't want to deal with it. I know I can run a UV lamp because that's literally the only mod we've got running for this game. But I don't want to have to put up with it. Okay, assuming they keep doing that. Yeah. Also, now I'm confused. I'm not sure if the molten slickster is the one that was producing the petroleum that you see here, or if it was literally... No, it's you. Never mind. Okay, carry on. Do your thing. If we really are getting naturally occurring molten ones, we may start piping in some more carbon dioxide down here. Because free petroleum is free petroleum, but we may leave them unranched just because it'll kind of be a pain in the ass to try and keep up with them like that.
Yeah, a little bit. Also, I like that zombie spore right there.
Yeah, I don't.
Yep.
It's like, let's ignore that, shall we? Okay, we'll dig from the bottom. Basically everything here is safe. I do have to try and do like a slight... This cool steam vent needs to be able to drain down into this particular water pit, but I don't think I have the right setup or the right infrastructure right now to try and even remotely worry about that. At least not now. I'm also conflicted because I know there's a hydrogen vent somewhere around here that I guess I could tap into if I really wanted to, but I'm kind of not in a rush given how much, how many electrolyzers we've got running around the map. Maybe I should focus on the discovering 80% of the asteroid right now. Yeah, don't give me that. I think we may treat this like we treat all the other vents that we end up encasing. I think we'll make it devoid of literally everything that's supposed to be in it and close it off, except for the bottom tiles, which will probably just end up being um, mesh. Deconstruct those. I'm pretty sure I need to get people to move this stuff away and into, you know, the containment units, the storage bins, because may as well save everything, right? Okay, there you go. I'm beating you to that one today, Kelsey. Take a drink.
Drink.
Okay, so ideally, I did want to finish off the saltwater pit, but I guess that also kind of doesn't matter anymore. It's largely completed, I suppose. What I do need to do is actually make the top and bottom-ish mirror each other. So we're gonna just, at the very least, do this. Give them something else to do, give them something to finish flushing out. And I'm still kind of thinking we may double layer the insulated tiling over here just to keep preventing the heat from leaking out. We'll see. I may also need to continue over here just because polluted ice from over here keeps on melting. That actually sounds like a decent thing to try and keep fixing right now. You know, make it to there. I'm starting to think I didn't give any kind of storage bin for polluted water. Nails. Like, you better find food. There's plenty of food on base. In fact, I feel like we may have gone up by at least 100k since we've been on. If that's the case, cool. Okay, let's get rid of those. Let's add in an insulated tile here. And assuming we can, we're gonna just start seriously encasing that as another insulated tile layer. Okay. Like, somebody else will fix that problem. When do you turn back on salt water? 72 days. Okay, so the good news is I don't think we've got an issue with how many desalinators are running for this, but I think it does. We may need to be careful with it to make sure that there's not like an overuse of the salt water. Also there, I've been meaning to actually finish formally expanding the room. I think it ought to be doable, but we'll find out here in a little bit. We'll do that. We'll be back to finish looking at that progress. Pretty sure we saw that we still have 20 some odd days before this turns back on, so plenty of time to not worry about that right now. We're also gonna keep expanding the ladders for this, just because it's probably a good idea. And again, just cleaning up large parts of the base to make sure everything works out the way it probably should, or the way that I had in mind originally, and then inevitably got sidetracked on. Also, wait, is that really the best way I should do that? I think not. Don't dig that one. Okay, never mind. we're probably gonna free this one up and see some of that flow that way. If this does end up being too much liquid, period. If not, well, we'll think of something. There you go. I think I can accept that. Okay, we're gonna keep building that. I think what we will eventually do is like add in a manual airlock, perhaps. Not that I think that'll do much to stop like temperature from moving in and out, but I don't know. For now, I'm just gonna go with the pneumatic airlock because why not? What are we doing here? Okay, it's still toasty. It's like Arizona levels of hot, but we're gonna try and roll with it, I guess. Actually, I may move this door back down to here just so it's on par with everything. Again, the little things we end up fixing, kind of, sort of, over time. Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and do that. We'll do that. This ladder will continue up though, so that we can finish building this. And we'll see how we're gonna address grabbing these later. Oh hey, look, bleach stone. You know what? We're gonna try and do something here. I think I'm gonna formally store the bleach stone somewhere on base, but underwater. Since having the bottom tiles of anything just basically prevents it from gassing off. Okay, the upper layers of the bedrooms are starting to become bad. Should we worry about them? Probably a little bit. But there's not really all that much we can do right now, other than trying to add in more power sources. Maybe some more wheels, I'm not sure. It's always fun making the Dupe suffer. And yeah, we've got so many power plants basically going. Oh well. Hang on, are you the 5th floor? Why do I have these ladders in here? Oh well, I'm sure it's no big deal. What I think I may end up doing with the other rooms that were clearly designed in mind for holding on to infinite amounts of gas. I think we're gonna leave them alone for the most part, but we're gonna reset them and have them on standby should another room fail. Better to be safe than sorry. Okay, there's that one. I do love seeing how bright green large parts of the base have become, with me just pretty much always insisting on having paintings or statues somewhere. Okay, this can go away. I think what we're gonna start doing is continuing the layouts for additional bedrooms up here, because if we're gonna keep expanding at a rate of at a bedroom or two every couple of cycles, we are definitely gonna need this real estate up here for more and more bedrooms. Also, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit paranoid about trying to expand into just using water and throwing it into a well. So I may, in fact, experiment with with a leaky oil well, just to save us that trouble of having to shove clean fresh water in to a well instead of using it for oxygen production or what have you. Also, I should probably stick a Roomba down here because this is kind of getting annoying. And I know for a fact that we've got more than one, yeah, leaky oil fissure right there. You're all cold around here, right? Yeah. I think I basically have no choice, and I'm gonna have to, I'm probably gonna have to free this, but in doing so, I probably need to run this water, through somewhere else, because,
Probably.
it's probably not a great idea to run it, underneath hot, crude oil.
Yep.
So,
Probably not.
yeah, we're probably going to need to set up another one of these, but a little further up. Then we're going to definitely have to do something with the chlorine gas vent. The bright side is, right now that particular vent is overpressure, since we've literally not done anything with it. We've not bothered to touch it. We've not bothered to experiment with it or anything. It's just there. Okay, that weird line of oxalite is still up there. I mean, if it suddenly isn't, then there's probably something wrong, but yeah. Okay, we're probably reaching a point where we need to be kind of careful for how we're gonna grab onto or expand the whole oxygen distribution system. Although the fact that this has been increasing just by way of the double desalinators without running the water geyser, we're probably in a good spot to actually set up another one of those rooms in an area where there's already some stuff going on. And by that I mean we already have heat in the general area, so it's not really going to be like, oh well, maybe we shouldn't do that because of heating issues. That, and if we run it further up here, but we properly encase the room, we probably won't need to deal with absurd amount of pipes just running around so that we can power it. I'm seriously afraid of running this longer just because I feel like we don't need to have the power up and running that much, or being drained that much from a single device. We really need everything else practically on deck 99% of the time. Also, tomorrow I need to start building some of the beds.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, getting to 100 is going to take a while.
I know. Actually, here, let's start now. Because if I'm going to build one here...
You have some at the top.
I know, but if I'm going to build one here, I need to displace someone's room, like now. So I may as well give Night Crew something to do. Yeah, they can start the setup for some of this. Well, that and just having me in general drop a bunch of build orders might be good for them. Wow, that is a lot of both gristleberry and pinch of peppermint. So let's get them to do some stuff, yeah? My poor tofu. just because my whole thing collapsed. It pretty much means it's useless now. Oh well. Oh yeah, are you a room? Perfect. Also, you see what I mean about earlier? It's like it just keeps happening that, hey, someone's suffocating, hey, someone's suffocating. You kind of just learn to tune it out on this map because you just kind of accept the fact that somebody is going to be suffocating at any given point, so who cares? You know, you sort it out. How many are we at now? We're still at 3. Or we're at, we can capably or potentially build 3 of these beds right now. So what we're gonna do is shift some poor soul up here. You know, when somebody ends up bringing the plastic from that particular room. Okay, what we're gonna do is deconstruct that one. I was gonna say, I hope I'm not gonna have to, like, beat the clock or something, and making sure that that bed gets built. To be truthful, it's probably gonna be this one that needs the most amount of attention. Making sure that somebody actually hurries up and builds it. But I'm not gonna be too terribly concerned. Did I see that right? Holy crap. I may consider moving this particular part of the power plant somewhere. Because it's starting to heat up. So that's cool. Yeah, please stop suffocating. Just move yourself somewhere that has air. You're gonna be fine. Okay, you've already claimed it, or somebody's already claimed that one. That's good. Did you guys finish shearing the other sheep? No. That's also cool. We'll get back to that. Wow, okay. That wasn't a fluke, right? Everybody, or somebody else must have seen that. It just yelled at me that a desalinator was overheating, so that's cool and only slightly unexpected. But considering it does say like 200 degrees on it, yeah, we should probably hurry some steel production along just to make sure that everything is not gonna fail on us here in a little bit. I think, to be honest, that was the most unexpected part of this whole challenge for me. The fact that there be so many of them means that there is a bigger power demand in general. Like the water I understood, but the power I kind of didn't see coming. It feels kind of dumb when you point it out, but I didn't see it coming. Also, this doesn't need to be closed. Open that back up. Okay. What else can we fix before we actually try and continue doing other things? I think this has been slowly refilling, which is good. We kind of do need some more of that coming in. I'm glad I got rid of most of the other thimbleweed seeds. They're kind of largely unnecessary at this point. I guess I should send someone up here and submit a scan. I'm also a little afraid that if I continue pushing up, that we're gonna run into other kinds of issues, namely the breathability issue, because everything will just be spread out so thin. Okay, we're gonna hold off on building more beds for now. The other thing I was doing was trying to straighten these out again. So here, we're gonna sever the line. We're gonna sever the line all the way down as far as we can. We're gonna get rid of that bridge. And actually, we don't need to get rid of the bridge first. I'm pretty sure we could just do that, and then deconstruct the bridge. Also, I totally forgot which ones of these I ended up making out of lead, so should probably be careful about that. Also, at this rate, besides having the largest colony I've ever dealt with, I'm pretty much about to reach the highest amount of calories I've ever had. Oh, that's still 2280. Yeesh. Okay, tell you what. If we dig in from here, and we add insulated tile from down here, we can probably run the appropriate wiring down here, and not have to worry about. Or actually, that one's not really doing anything bad, but I'm still trying to do a lot of untangling of certain wires. Also, we're going to do a very modest amount of just 10 steel for now. If that could be more lime, I'd be very appreciative. Of course not. There you go. Number 500 and 501 on Blossom Seeds. Because I've not been keeping up at all with any kind of composting. Oh well. I think we're going to do at least one more expansion of this cold, polluted water pit. And we may also move it up just so it can have a chance of cooling off a little bit more. Speaking of cooling off, I've not checked the temperature of this water coming in. Okay, that's already 73. We're good. This is good. It's still definitely eliminating some of the heat in the area, but we're at least seeing just this red recede from our screw-ups about 150 cycles ago. She's snoring over there?
Yes.
That's great. It's still 350. I know I keep paranoidically like checking how much plastic we have, but I'm really counting on them shearing the glossy Drecos soon so that we can just keep at it, basically. Also, these may end up becoming other bedrooms. I just kind of haven't decided. This one's still a prime candidate for becoming another artificial nature reserve, but right now I kind of don't care. There we go, they sheared one. 2 more beds. Which pretty much means one bed up here to get destroyed down here, and then we end up with, yeah. Deconstruct. We have the comfy bed. Okay, there we go. What does that put us at? 1, 2, 3. Oh boy, we're at 16 dupes have a bedroom, and everyone else is still sitting in a fucking barracks. I mean, they're at least 2-person barracks. It's arguably a little bit nicer than, yeah, just sharing it with a bunch of other people. But yeah, it's still kind of ridiculous. Also, we're gonna have to build that from within. I think we'll end up building this from the outside and just expanding it all the way through. I'm sure they'll be fine. Again, suffocating. Just tune it out. Everything's fine-ish. Also, things keep getting added in terms of materials. I keep hearing that sound play. Alright, we do we have the most of? I think we're just gonna run with copper here, and we're gonna complete this line like I would normally like to have. I think the biggest downside is they can't do parts of this line right now, which we will be fixing in a little bit. Don't y'all dare screw with them. Okay, good. Yeah, and in the interest of letting the airflow tiles actually do their job, I'm pretty sure we're gonna build the insulated tile right here, build a ladder down here, and just leave everything else be. Hey, Stinky, why are you sleeping here? You've got a bed. I don't know what kind of bed because I don't know which Stinky you are, but you've got your own bed. Ungrateful.
Yep, they usually are.
They really are. Even in the instances where there's only like 16 of them, usually some punk ass dupe just doesn't want to go to bed.
Doesn't want to go to bed in his bed.
Yeah.
Specifically.
Yeah.
Bed on the floor, in the bathroom, you know.
Yeah, and then they get that stupid debuff, like, oh, well, they have a sore back because they didn't sleep on a fucking bed. Well, gee, I wonder whose fault that is. Okay, one of you guys really needs to hurry up there, but sure. Also, I think we're gonna cheap out with the way we're gonna deal with that, so there. That way we don't have to worry about it from the top. We can worry about it from the bottom. Also, I have a feeling some of the heat is being added in by the pump actually running in there. Again, not something I really would have been thinking about, but just looking at it, it pretty much tells me, like, well, duh, that pretty much is another heat producer. Okay, let's finish opening that up. And if somebody would kindly finish the wiring up there, thank you, we can unscrew, well, all of this, really. I am tempted to finish running the line at least up to here, but I don't think that one's very necessary at this point. Or I take that back, it may be, so I can untangle some of this. But, yeah. Actually, screw it. It gives them something to do, right? If I just start running my long power lines once again. I know this isn't the line that needs the most help, but it's the line I'm most comfortable with trying to actually do things with right now. Also, so much for being lazy with it. We are gonna start sealing it up just because we do need some form of mesh tile to be able to finish running certain parts of this over. And provided that those are done melting, I'm probably also going to continue fixing that up a little bit more on this side, since these mesh tiles are kind of sort of obsolete now. That needs to be done. I think I need to like give more aluminum orders. It doesn't seem like we've been having power issues right now. We might be fortunate in that everything is running, or everything's running as the NG's tune-up. You know, good stuff there for the most part. Alright, we're reclaiming those resources now. I think the same can be said for these since there's an actual floor everywhere. I mean, like I said, part of the end goal of this was going to be for mining out the entire asteroid. So here's part of that coming along. Though I suppose I can't and won't get rid of my natural parks. So those those get to stay. The whole reason I'm trying to focus on untangling the power lines over here is because if I really am to run an oxygen creation and distribution system somewhere to the right, like on par with the bedrooms, we are going to need power lines from the power spine run just really in that direction and capable of holding on to a charge. Hey, what did you hook up to make that noise? Okay, never mind. Are you guys good? I should probably get rid of that fire pole, and again, try and continue fixing things up in here because, well, a lot of this isn't really a lot of this structure really isn't necessary, so we may as well do something with it. Provided I get more cold metal, or if I start shifting lead from the oil biomes and just kind of bring it up here somewhere. If I get it to cool off, I may start throwing down some metal tiles so that they can get that speed boost when they run around. Also good. This water is still fairly in the livable range. This stuff coming. Oh god. Okay, time to build more fridges because we're at food capacity, basically. I find it interesting that this keeps happening, but considering we're probably sprinting at 2 million calories at this point, I'm not really surprised. And we're not going to make the same mistake from last time of just like, yeah, build the fridges and then wander off for a few cycles and totally forget to throw on any of the filters. It's happened before. I think I've caught it early enough where we don't actually lose any of the food, but it's just like, really, why'd you forget to do that? Good job. Also, let's go for another 5 of those. This is probably a large contributor for why and how we're moving so quickly towards 2 million calories over here. Which, I still have to laugh. This was not the story that was happening quite a few cycles ago when we were panicking and just having to stop printing dupes because we were sliding back so quickly on calories. Fun times. I'd rather not do that again. Although the bigger the buffer we end up building here, I guess the more amount of time that we're going to have to course correct any kind of major screw up later. Which I feel like is always the thing I try to go for. There we go. Lime. Lime trumps all.
Lime is so hard to get unless you have like a steady ranch.
I mean, technically I do. Good thing I'm already holding my cup. Technically I do have a steady ranch. It's just I don't really prioritize it, so to speak. It's like, look, it's there, yay. Don't worry about it anymore. This has also been staring me in the face for quite some time, but I've been meaning to finish deconstructing and having all these repainted, all the mediocre ones. I mean, it kinda doesn't matter since the decor is pretty much in the dark or in the bright green, and very large parts of the shall we say common areas. But it still makes me feel better if I actually have a Masterworks creator redo these as a masterpiece. It just looks nicer, I think. Thank you. Okay, I believe that's the last one that isn't a masterpiece, or a painting that isn't a masterpiece that I am willing to replace. Because again, that sad like wilted mushroom that they've done before, I'm totally gonna keep. It makes me laugh. So about 10% of the colony is apparently idle somehow. Okay, back to this, which again started a few turns ago and kind of just neglected. I think this means we're also just gonna deconstruct the ladder from down here. Yeah, deconstruct the ladder. I think this means we might be able to push everything forward by one, so we may add in one more suit. Provided we actually, oh, I don't know, fix the power issue. So again, I'm practically bouncing between like 3 major-ish projects that need done right now. Also, that's a hell of a mop order. Okay, those guys are fine-ish. I know for a fact there's nothing here except for the ladders, so we may as well just give the mass deconstruct orders. Since so many of them are idle, I'm just gonna assume that they've actually gone ahead and moved these things over. And yes, I am trying to cheap out in places with regards to what refined metal I end up building this out of. Okay, make it to there. Technically there's no harm if I plug in right now, just because of how things are situated. Okay, I touched you. Okay, we do that. There's probably some dupes running around actually trying to hook these up, so let's go ahead and once again reclaim these metals. Figure out if this line's running up or down. It's probably running up, which means a higher up line is probably going to need to be responsible for powering that particular line. 2280, 840. That means we're gonna keep extending this one all the way over to run that, and we're probably gonna offload something else into that, but we're gonna find out. I think at least one desalinator is gonna have to run on that, because this is I feel like it's a little bit excessive, the amount of power we've got, or we're banking on that. Also, we can probably cheap out here and actually drop lead, and I'm totally gonna do that. I'm not sure I would recommend it normally, but I'm a gambling man sometimes. It usually doesn't pan out. What's wrong? Ah, see, we've got a pressure issue now. Awesome. The question is, how should I fix this faster? Again, not really worried where the calories are. We've definitely got time to try and fix it, but we need to keep those secure. We need to keep those growing. And since this says pressure and not atmosphere, we at least know it's not a hydrogen buildup issue right now. Again, been there, done that. Let's try not to have that happen again. Also, I need to copy the way the up one looks, because if that's the now optimal, yeah, if that's now the optimal distribution of our lighting, given that we've had to lop off the furthest right and left plants, we may as well save that tiny bit of energy that normally would be coming off from there. But we're gonna at least save that until everything gets plugged in. That until some poor dude comes by and finishes building that, because I really want to get rid of this, but it's technically not connected at the moment, so we'd be losing an entire floor of bristle blossom. Do I need to increase that? You know what? I'm gonna make that one priority 9. Just because I'm kind of getting tired of waiting for it. And is it just me? Yeah, the pressure problem is starting to increase, so I'm probably gonna have to pick and choose which line is gonna carry the power load for this. And I'm pretty sure I've just decided, considering how little this floor is carrying, it's literally only the 30. I think the same might be said for this line once it's all said and done. So here, let's take care of things. Hold on, are you guys really okay? Okay, yeah, it's just that these two are closer and not apparently symmetrical looking because we were just running out of room and everything's fine. Okay. Sorry, had to doubt myself at least a little bit there. And since this is not in the floor, we're also just going to get rid of it because I would very much prefer to hide the power lines within the floor. It just looks a little bit nicer in my opinion. Okay, you're doing better now. But it's also going to need its own line. Hold on, are we experiencing 2 floors? We seem to be having like intermittent growing issues over here, but considering how high our calories have gotten, I'm gonna not really worry about it too much right now. But instead we'll continue untangling, that was the wrong overlay. We'll continue untangling these power lines for the time being. And then we'll get to work on building a new oxygen distribution room. Okay, you go there. Oops. No, that was the right one. Just like last time, we're gonna wait for them to finish building that up. And okay, this line needs to be straightened out, obviously. This is completely redundant, and there's just a lot of decisions that I'm kind of looking at going, Peter, what the hell did you do back then to even do some of this? Like, I'd like to reach back, what is it, probably 400, 300 cycles and just go, what the hell were you thinking? This was not helpful at all. This is making everything so much worse. Also, since that's built, we can get rid of that. Can't really do much more right now just because of the way things are currently stacked. Oh good, if this is ready, I think at the beginning of next cycle, if we move quickly, we can reclaim all of this and shift this up already. Because if I combine the two, we're going to experience some overloading issues, and that's not really going to be ideal here. Okay. How are we doing on plastic? Cool, we can build 2 more. We're seriously progressing at like 2 bedrooms at a time. It's not a bad thing, it's just, you know, an observation. Hello, Paku. Like, please kindly go join the other Paku and that one Paku pit. Okay, just because of where we started, we're gonna keep moving that this way. And because the older dupes are down here, we're gonna keep filling in from the bottom, while we simultaneously let the newer ones increase their athletics skill points. You know, gradually and over time. Also, as you can tell, I'm pretty much neglecting the whole skill point distribution because that's just a nightmare. And it's kind of not necessary at this point. Everybody's pretty much good to go. Plus, it seems like my idea of putting more into construction panned out because even though we did need those miners fairly early on in the map, the fact that about 20% of the colony is an actual like super duper hard miner means that we kind of don't really need them much at this point. Anyway, like we were intending to continue over here. You know, making sure that this is encased and that it doesn't try and like leak out too much of its heat. In fact, it may be that it's starting to recede. I'm not sure anymore. I'm gonna blame the water geyser and the saltwater geyser for creating that much heat from over here, which is also why this is totally ideal, including the whole pre-existing gas pump over here for using it for a new distribution room. Okay. So, if we're not careful, we're gonna start losing some shit. And since we just connected from that way, we don't need that one, we can sever that connection right there and take out these ceiling lights that are no longer on anything. So bring that back. Alright, that straightens out that floor, with the exception of running it this way to pick that up. I totally forgot to actually run this, so I think, so that I'm actually paying attention this time, we're going to deconstruct that first. The moment that I see that line get severed, yeah, we're just going to run that connection now. And I think we're going to continue the connection all the way over. You know, just lying in wait for this. Once this is gone, we'll again replace this bridge with just a straight piece of wiring over. And that ought to do it for that. We're also gonna start taking down the former fire pole that was there, because it's not really serving a purpose there anymore. So let's go with 33 of those, because why not? Let's go with 130 of those as well, since we're suddenly building large parts of our power infrastructure again. Also, the day may come where I decide to bury things again and actually run them nice and neat, but today is not that day. At least, not right now. Okay, just so that there's no stupid buildup, I'm running those as 9s. Even though I'm pretty sure not all of those needed to be 9'd. Okay, everything's fine there. I forgot to take you out. That's okay as well. Okay, over there needs its own thing. Over here we can start deconstructing because I wasn't paying attention. So we can reclaim those, then those, then those. You get the idea. Alright, there we go. The only reason that exists is because there is an actual wild mulewood plant there that I just completely decided to leave alone. Why not? It wasn't hurting anybody, and it's free food. And then if we just copy the basic blueprint from above, we'll be fine. And yeah, see, now we're not running any problems here, but we're still running into issues here. 1080. Once again, we're gonna need to move fast. If we just get rid of that and just finish plugging that in. Yeah, that ought to be fine. And it'd probably be beneficial if I did the same for that for now. Okay, it's early enough in the day where they shouldn't do something dumb. Okay, they're gonna do something dumb. Never mind. Okay, there's enough time in the day where they should definitely be able to fix that and not worry about having a power issue here. Assuming somebody actually finishes that damn last wire, thank you. And since we are cleaning up, we can at least, once again, reclaim a ton of resources here. Now then, you're holding 30, you're holding 30. I guess it really won't matter which power line I run over that way. All I have to do is probably build it out of gold or better once we get going that way. I'm gonna run it where the base should actually be. I know I just said gold or better, and then I just kept going with aluminum. Alright, so we're gonna go to right there. We're gonna keep building infrastructure for this point in time because I gotta free up some of that first. Yeah. How much are you holding? Wait, 510. Oh, you must be holding the other pump, aren't you? Yeah, you're holding the other pump. And probably a gas pump as well. Okay, so this is probably going to hold on to these two pumps and this one ceiling light. And then we'll, once again, cut it off there and grab all the other resources that are coming around from there. I'm also tempted to reclaim the resources towards this one automation thing, but I'm not really feeling it just because it used to be useful and now it kind of isn't just because of where everything went. Okay, 500. Okay, if I merge these two, everything will be fine. Oh, I heard that very differently. So, in theory, I can just do that, and then, again, everything will be fine. Since that one never got hooked up, I am reclaiming those resources and just letting that run like that. I definitely need to keep running that one further this way, just in case. I have a pretty good feeling that we're actually going to come by and use it for something. Okay, 1040. Yeah, 1040 and that's good. No need to mess around with that anymore. This one though, well, this needs its counterpart from over actually run over, and it's really the last line that I forgot to optimize over here. All right, there's that. Okay, the redundant light bulbs are gone. Do I even have a line? Thank you. Okay, it's technically an inactive line. I've been doing kind of bad in just leaving things like that. I probably am not in a good position to build that out of lead, just because we're getting closer to the power stations. I might be able to get away with lead over here. I think I'm gonna risk it. Famous last words, where we're gonna suddenly notice random melted power wires over here. Just watch, just wait. Okay. Reclaim that power wire. And, you know, just the general tidying up. Okay, we're good there. Or, we ought to be good there. Ideally... Oh. I was gonna say, ideally, we need somebody to set up the electrolyzer room over here with Atmo suits. Totally forgetting that we actually do have Atmo suit docks set up and ready all the way over here. So all that really means is if we were to follow our usual convention of flooring, I'll be right with you. It means that these ought to be made with hey Kelsey, your opinion? 3 Drecklet eggs or barbecue?
Drecklet eggs.
Okay.
I like the wall sheep.
I don't need more wall sheep.
I like wall sheep. You could always make them into omelets.
I mean, I might. Right, let's push for 2 million calories before the end of the stream tonight. We are getting there though. 1.8 mil. Sorry, 1.86 mil. Technically 1.87 if you do the whole rounding thing, but it's a ballpark. Okay, I may take these offline just because they kind of seem like a waste, and they were kind of hastily and rapidly dropped in just because we were having some issues with our food like 100-ish cycles ago, maybe 150 cycles ago. So it's not really too big a deal anymore. Pip, did you eat the rest of the waterweed seeds, or is that literally all we had? I'm totally okay if that's all we had, but, you know, you do you? Also, I'm pretty sure this works out for, how things need to be. I don't think the airflow tiles ought to help, or ought to slow down the gas pumps, but I'm just gonna leave it up to chance over here. I'm sure it's okay. Also, that totally needs to move before we actually bring this room online. But much like last time, we need to build at the very least out of gold. And considering this will be the service ladder up, it also means it needs a fire pole down, which means, hang on, that's a fire pole, that's a wall, that's number 1, that's number 2, that's number 3, and that's number 4. Unfortunately, I think this room is going to be smaller than the other electrolyzer room's counterparts. I'm gonna go with that's okay, and we don't need to fret. But yeah, we literally just need that as a source of oxygen for that, or for this part of the base anyway. Considering how mostly toasty it is already, it's probably not going to be too big a deal. Though we may want to help circumvent some of that heat somewhere. I haven't decided where. We may extend this further up and just try and dump some of that heat. You know, like this way, sorta, kinda. Hey, why aren't you powered up? Is this a base-wide issue? Ah, I see. Yeah, I might want to drop a Roomba over here in case things keep melting because there's no power because the transformer is apparently underwater. I call bull, but sure. Oh well, not in a rush, and as long as we're getting pressure issues and not atmosphere issues, I'm pretty much okay with that. Find it odd that I'd rather take a pressure issue rather than a atmospheric issue. So how are we doing now? Okay, one more shear cycle, and they ought to be good for bringing in, or putting in 2 more beds. We're at least up to 4, and there's another glossy Dreklet egg waiting.
I like the smooth sheep.
I might... No, that's there because if there's suddenly too much of this, we're gonna run into a different issue of not being able to have the mealwood growing, because that's just the whole thing. How are we doing over here? I know we're gonna have to run piping, I know we're gonna have to run wiring, but considering that they can have different jobs, especially with, 100 of them running around, we're gonna slowly work our way towards that. Considering that's only 270 watts, we're gonna extend that. That better be made out of gold. Yeah, we're gonna extend that up to here. I think we're either gonna try and run a different power circuit for this, or this will be one of the weird violations of making sure that, or it's gonna be one of those violations where it's okay that there's gonna be more than one floor, so to speak, being serviced by one transformer, but only because it's such a strange necessity, I suppose. Those are at 9. I think whoever has... I should probably find out. Whoever the priority is that is going to end up being tuning up the machines for NG's tune-up, I really need to increase their priority on that. I'm like 99% sure it ends up being the operating errand type, just because it says production, fabrication, and utility processes, so I think anybody that has a, let's say, higher than double-digit machinery skill is automatically placed with a higher up, I clicked that twice, higher up priority to just try and ensure that we've got power, and we've got tuned up power. Come on. Also, this might be another thing that I'm gonna have to just sit down and probably handle off camera, just because it's not a lot of fun to try and sit here and do 100 dupes just focusing on one thing, and then alright, let's switch to the next one, because it's largely boring. Plus it's I always laugh at myself because I feel like it's a lot of trouble for me to try and run my mouth and run my brain at the same time. Sounds dumb, but I have a feeling some of you know just what the hell I'm talking about. I think that problem comes mostly from school when you get put on the spot that, hey, you gotta think of this answer that the teacher, an answer to a question the teacher told you about. And if you're like me and have anxiety, you're struggling because you've been put on the spot and you're trying to comprehend just what the hell they asked you for, and you're struggling to actually give out an answer, so I feel like that's where this comes from for me. Know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Sure. Also, should I, like, toss in a deodorizer in here?
Probably.
There you go. Enjoy. You fucking idiot. I'm like, nobody should have made a mess. What the hell? Oh. Alright, well, I'm gonna have to watch you then, because you peed in your suit. And, yeah. Can you guys finish digging? Why did you do that? This motherfucker, Camille? Yeah, Camille just looped all the way around to dig from the other side. Alright, you, with the fucked up, yeah. Where are you draining down into? Nowhere interesting. I guess we have to deal with some germs, but not really. That is a lot of pee. Why not putting them all on high priority? What do you mean? Like, literally anybody with the shaded purple, leaving them on high priority? Because, I'm afraid of screwing things up too badly. You know what I mean? Like, actually, no, you're right. What could be the harm of setting what's arguably the most important thing in the colony as high priority, and, like I mentioned earlier, probably end up going back, or probably going off camera at some point in the near future and appropriately distributing things for everyone. Yeah, we'll handle that stuff later, but yeah, that will probably be the best. I'll be honest, I totally forgot that was sitting there at the very top, that you could just, everybody gets to do this, or not do this. Alright, given that there's pipes here, and it's 157, I've already forgotten what temperature it's supposed to be spat out at. Okay, in theory, I won't be increasing the heat by too much, but later I'll actually be warming up oxygen. Okay, I probably should have done that like 400 cycles ago, at least the digging part, but I'm probably have to dick around with it a little bit just because there's a few things that I'm like, oh yeah, that's nice. I'm not sure what that does. We're just gonna ignore it. And, well, it's time to learn. Also, can we make 2 beds? We can make more than 2 beds. This is great. We could actually almost make 4 beds, but I'm gonna wait till the top of the cycle, or the beginning of next cycle, to build the other bed, since we're gonna destroy these 2, replace those 2 with 1. And soggy feet? Oh. Okay. Did not notice that, but sure. Also, we're just gonna mop out everything else, and you better be fine. You know, that may have been redundant. I probably could have just done this. Oh boy, more food. Oh yeah, at this rate we're gonna cross over into 2 million calories before the end of the stream. I swear I've never seen that many at once, or at least not in any of my playthroughs. It kind of makes me think I should probably load the seed back up as and play through it as a not 100 dupe challenge, but just see how many calories can I get to feasibly. You know, just completely out of curiosity, because why the hell not? Alright, that makes it for those 2 beds. Can I add in any more to you? It's not a good idea to add any more to you, because I'd rather have that little buffer. Okay, those are fine. As long as you don't get stuck again, we'll be fine. And, right, you guys were being made out of steel, which means I need to go, give out a few more orders for more steel. Again, something probably a little less modest this time, but, we need steel. We're gonna need more iron as well. You know, neglect these things for a while, and you're like, no, it'll be fine, and it's starting to not become fine. Bert, are you okay? Okay. I reckon it's also been long enough that I need to go touch the snazzy suits again and try and continue trying to force these onto the dupes. Also, check out that lag that's happening between me clicking one and having anything happen. This is honestly getting progressively worse as this colony just lives on. Can we tell how many snazzy suits are left? I think I need to make some more. I don't know how many more. I'm a little afraid of overmaking them because I don't want to have a surplus amount of snazzy suits just laying around for no good reason. Oh, she's fun back there. I heard her. Again, hopefully we're not taking them from somebody that I've already designated. Yeah, there you guys go. I'm gonna gamble here and just drop in for 10. You know, take up 40 more of our, what is that, 675 units of reed fiber. No big deal there. Apparently. Alright, mate, please take your damn snazzy suit this time. Okay, now we'll leave them alone. I do not like that about 20% of the colony seems to be idle. So let's head back to this whole mess. Are you two connected now? I'm gonna assume these two are connected. I probably should have checked, but I feel like it's gonna spend more time if I do. So we're just gonna bank on it. It is. And why were you asleep right there? Okay. Sure. Run, you coward, run. 150. We're probably gonna run this over. We might just grab that one germicidal ceiling light and just shift it off this, but there's no real need to keep going this way. At least not right now, I think. I probably should have built that out of gold, but it's not really too big a big deal. Was there anything else I really need to check up on? I have a feeling the answer to that is no. Oh, I guess what I really should be doing is actually finishing the structure for this. So if you take this as the true floor and give, you know, other structure to this, we can run that. Run that, dig that out, acquire more resources. You know, the usual thing. Why are you hurt? Camille, what happened to you? Did you get in a fight with a crab or something? Oh, this is gonna suck for getting the snazzy suits on. Camille, you like need to get your butt over here. And apparently Joshua as well. And where are you? Oh, you're melting from there. That's kind of a problem, but not a problem I need to really direct any of my resources towards. Also, like, that might be more of a problem. Having a Dupe and an Atmos suit just stuck up there. We don't need them peeing themselves again. I mean, technically they're fine. There's no real harm for them to be up there like that, but it's just annoying. You know, like that. Speaking of, Marie, what the fuck are you just doing up there? Apparently you can't dig through that, so why? Why?
Your people are dying.
They're fine.
Okay. It went away. Never mind.
Like, no, they're fine. Don't believe the lies. Okay, so I think we're gonna run the usual double setup. We may run a triple just for fits and giggles, but I think for now we're just gonna run the two and leave the possibility of another in later. So we're gonna run that. The smart money would be to run at least one of these off to the right and around. Again, to try and lose some of the heat so we're not accidentally warming up the base. Unfortunately, that's going to take a lot more development than what I may be comfortable with doing. So it may not happen. What is going to happen is me trying to figure out what hellish spaghetti in terms of ventilation we're going to need to accomplish here, because I am fairly serious that there's really only one hydrogen pipe just feeding the infinite hydrogen room. Actually, you know what? Screw it. We'll run it down. Like, both these will just filter for hydrogen. Interestingly enough, these two will probably be running solo for quite some time because there is a decent pocket of hydrogen up here. Oh, also... Wait. Thanks a lot.
What did you do?
No, everything's fine. It's just I built the bottom correctly. I didn't build the top correctly.
Okay.
Okay, so that will get taken care of. This literally gets shifted over by one. This also literally gets shifted over by one. I suppose I can't do any kind of sealing the room in just yet, just because we need access to it right now. But what I can do is actually run that and filter out hydrogen, so we're good there. Okay, it won't hurt to hook these up to the power now just because there is literally... Oh, shut up. There's literally nothing going in, so they kind of can't work if nothing's going in, right? Hopefully. Okay, holding bleach stone, which is good, because we don't need that off-gassing bleach, plus we can probably use it for something more beneficial later. Hopefully, probably. How are we doing here? It's still kind of bad, but it's doing better. Okay, what I think we're gonna do is literally seal that in for the most part. Out of precaution, we may seal it up to here so we can come from the top and deal with that later. Okay, good. You guys are fine. I still haven't solved the accidental overloading for that, but we might, depending on how much power this is supposed to be taking up, we might shift this liquid pump onto that. And that's still not enough, but it's probably going to lessen the chances of that becoming overloaded. Okay. Like out feeds to in. Out comes this way, and we'll deal with that one later. Out goes to in. Okay, that didn't look like it connected, but I'm pretty sure it did. Okay, then we gotta figure that one out later. Yeah, delirium, it'll be fine. What's gonna happen is the gas pumps ought to run first. We won't necessarily turn it into a vacuum right away, but I'm gonna go with I'm fairly confident it'll work out fine considering I've made a few before. Though I think...
But you got the idea
Hey,
for
Balm
me.
Lily.
That was my room idea.
That's fair.
That's all I have to say.
Actually,
Mine wasn't that big though.
Actually, no. You're right in the sense that I should probably optimize it better. However, I think we're doing okay in the sense of trying to balance somewhere between heat production and water usage. Because I see what you're getting, because I'm trying to... Here it is. I'm trying to mirror some of my older designs, and considering you're not seeing all electrolyzers firing off here at the same time, yeah. But I suppose that means I can probably cool it on the electrolyzers and not run so many at once, right? Yeah, I may want to optimize that, but we'll see. I think part of the reason why I've gravitated towards it like that is just because I don't have to deal with... Oh, what's it called? Like, in theory, I think some of the water is actually losing some of its heat as it runs off. And yeah, I should probably really work on this room more if I'm to use it in any kind of future playthrough. Or at least add in a third gas pump to literally just take some of this out. And if it's one electrolyzer for 1,000 grams and 2 pumps for 1,000 grams. See, now that I'm reading that and seeing that, I'm honestly a little concerned then for how I keep gaining some of these at above 500 grams in a pipe, in a ventilation pipe. And that's really the only reason why I was doing that. I had totally not paid attention to the number that a gas pump would be taking in versus how much the electrolyzer would put out. But you see how it fluctuates like that? That's always caught me off guard for why it fluctuates between, say, yeah. Hmm. I may leave it alone and be inefficient and later mess around in, say, some kind of sandbox mode just so I can actually optimize one of these, but count on that happening later. Least I can do for now is actually finish hooking that up, so maybe all of this hydrogen gets sucked up before I end up sealing the room. Though, to mess with things, I think I'm gonna leave the infrastructure built the way that I was going to, but I'm going to automatically disable 2 of the electrolyzers just to see somewhere between what the heat situation is like and what the water usage is like, because in theory the water usage should not be all that different in terms of overpressurization and having 1 or 2 electrolyzers running efficiently. But I'm now getting a little concerned about the temperature output, even though once again been there, done that in terms of well, how this is going, and considering it's getting really toasty, it's really attributable to somewhere between probably these 2 pneumatic doors and the 1 free electrolyzer up here, which I may need to borrow your thing again, Kelsey.
Yeah.
I may divert some of the hydrogen or just a single electrolyzer's worth of hydrogen up here and still have a capture system up towards the top of the base and just see where that gets us. Also, can I make more? I can make 2 more. It's early enough. Here, get out of your beds, jerks. Oh, well, I guess until they build that, I can't do that. I need to mop up that water so that the airflow tile isn't doing things. Though I do thank you, Delirium, for pointing that one out to me, because chances are high that I was just gonna, oh shit, keep running with that and not really paying attention to it, so to speak. I mean, I've noticed it's been overpressured more often than not, but I'm kind of just like, these things happen. I'm not gonna, like, it's working. I'm happy about it. But just because it's working doesn't mean it can't be better. Also, we're over 2 million calories now. I kind of didn't notice. Kind of surprised. I mean, I'm delightfully surprised, but I'm really surprised. Also, if I were to do that, I probably need to develop on a new floor somewhere, so this setup might take a while, but I don't think... You guys okay? Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm slowly getting on the whole efficiency thing. It's just like, it works. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But what does efficient really look like then? Okay, no, I can't seal that up yet because it's not clean and it's not done. So we're good, or we're not good to go there. When do you turn back on? Oh, something's going on. Ah, I know what's going on. Or at least I think I know what's going on. I'm pretty sure that's being fed by those, which means... Yeah. It means more water going down. Wasn't I supposed to break you? You're definitely just sitting there, right? Yep, you're definitely just sitting there. Okay. Is the outflow pipe still connected? Okay. So I think we're gonna leave this alone. Hold up, what all are you feeding? Okay, you're literally running that, like, all of these. I'm pretty sure we can actually cool it and start reeling in some of the bristle blossom just because nobody really needs 2 million calories, but I do enjoy the buffer. That being said, I'd rather have more polluted water, so it may be time to get a few things going. Namely the polluted water pit underneath the... Hold up. The polluted water pit underneath the... yeah, break it there. Natural gas generator that's also being fed by a carbon skimmer, which I don't think I've checked in on at all today. And considering how, well, between how hot this is getting and how full this is getting, I may need to run the cooling line a little bit better, slash, probably with some radiant pipes up here, because we can definitely shift off some heat up here. That's probably going to be a project for the next time we continue with this map, just because, like I said earlier, like getting to the 100 dupes challenge is, or getting to a population of 100 dupes for this challenge is one thing. Actually making the colony work, you know, beyond just the hey, you made it. I feel like it's a whole different beast, or not entirely a whole different beast, but well, I hope you know what I mean. Like, it's not just a sprint to 100 and everybody's in shitty ass conditions, but rather they're, you know, happy-ish, still working, or at least spending a lot of time in a break room or something. I don't know. When do you turn on? Okay. We're gonna need to keep an eye on this. I think we're entering a strange point in time where we're gonna need to be. You're not starving. You're fine, Liam. You better be fine. Okay. I think we're entering a weird point in time where now water might actually become a bit of an issue. Sounds kind of weird for me to say and strange for me to admit, but I feel like we're getting to that point because look, just the amount of polluted water that we seem to be using up. I mean, I'm probably gonna start reeling in the pinch of pepper plants at least a little bit. I'm not gonna touch the arbor trees for now, but at least a pinch of pepper nuts. Or actually, wait, don't these things need? Hold on a second. Do these just need to be comfortable and I've just been dropping them in an irrigated thing for no good reason? Or am I totally wrong here? Because, I swear everything else tells you it's requirement. Like here, I mean, the whole reason I was dialing back the thimbleweed seeds, or the thimbleweed plants, was because it's 160 kilograms of polluted water recycled versus, I think it's like 20? Sorry, 35? Oh, I thought I heard the printer fire off. There. I'm apparently clairvoyant. Give me that iron. We good? Thank you. Okay. So that just needs, like, that last bit of power wiring. Apparently. There we go. Alright, so at least as long as this one is working, we're probably going to be good to just keep siphoning out, or filtering out all this hydrogen out of this extended pocket. I'm not going to bank on all of it coming out. It's just going to have to be enough that we can forego setting up another one of these, or another gas pump and gas filter system. Yeah, screw it. We're gonna dial that back now. Right, this made a mess because I made a mess. I think I didn't finish the return line over here by connecting it. Yeah. Okay, hopefully this doesn't screw with our power too badly here in a little bit, because I know it's probably picking up heat. At least a little bit. If somebody would come by and finish that, that'd be great.
No.
Apparently no. I'm always amazed. It's like there's 100 of you. Somebody's got to be on this, right? There we go. Okay, just gotta follow it to make sure it doesn't stop at the stupid bridge. Yeah, it'll work, and then we can totally just not have to worry about that. We'll disconnect the whole thing, and everything will be fine. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay. I think we're gonna have to shift some more of an actual clean water source off and into the bristle blossoms. But that sounds like a problem for me to deal with. Probably next time.
Later Peter's problem?
Yeah, it's always later Peter's problem. But here, since we're here, I'm gonna just reclaim all these resources, get rid of this pipe that no longer needs to exist here. And, you know, clear up some of the spaghetti that we've made. It worked out perfectly for what we wanted it so early in the game. At this point, it's just somewhere between an eyesore and was actually contributing to our problems much earlier. You guys got that? Good. What? Oh, well, that's a shame.
I hate you.
Well, no, food has decayed is an immediate, like, wait, stop, what happened? No, it's just a nosh bean. A wild nosh bean, didn't,
get refrigerated fast enough?
yeah, or it either didn't get refrigerated, or we were digging it out, and there's probably no filter at this point in time. So, no real harm done there. Not gonna lose any sleep over a poor nosh bean not being saved.
Fair enough.
Anyway, it's getting late on our end. I think we're gonna stop right here, but we've pretty much added another, what is that, 500,000 calories? I think.
Yeah.
I think I need to start dialing it back a little bit. Just
I think
because...
this is the highest your food's ever been.
Yes, it is. I've never made it past...
I've never seen it past...
I've never made it past 1.5 mil. And honestly, this is starting to become a little bit of overkill in the sense of calories. So we're probably going to start, well, whenever the next time this goes on, it's going to end up being...
Well, you're welcome to the stream. We've got a few other episodes you can go back and watch. And we stream... Well, I say we. I'm usually commentary. Unless we're playing a 2-player, or if it's opposite day where I play. Which, I might do that Sunday.
Yeah, Delirium, that's pretty much the only thing I can't do at this point. I cannot do liquid hydrogen or oxygen.
He can't make gases liquid.
I've got 2 maps
He's
basically ready to go. One's like at the end game. It's ready for me. I'm starting to try and do the setups, but I think it's going to take a lot of me just messing around in a sandbox, trying to do like, okay, so this is how I'm supposed to do the super coolant loop, and try and do that. It's like it's ready. I thought it was going to be like an aqua tuner just running a loop of super coolant, but there's like some outdated builds that I need to actually go look through, and some like maybe new builds I need to go look through.
He needs to learn shit.
Yeah, it's that endgame shit. But pretty soon here we're probably gonna go for the early access DLC and start actually messing around with that, just because it seems like a good idea. It seems like fun.
I want to do the DLC, but I was worried about it messing up this map if we, got it.
Yeah, that was my biggest fear. It's like I want to finish this challenge first.
I love the developers, but with any game, if there's an update, it usually screws with past saves. So, I fully expect to have to restart my map if when the update comes, because I doubt it'd be easy to just plug that into a 150 plus cycle game.
Yeah, trust me, Delirium. Like the first time I learned how to set up that infinite gas storage room, it's like it was a pain in the ass, and now it's like, okay, yeah, just go set it up. I know that's really more of taking advantage of the game's mechanisms, but I mean, it is what it is, right? It's gonna be really nice once I actually learn how to cool or condense freaking hydrogen and oxygen, but I wouldn't count on that actually coming from me until, I'm gonna say it, until next year, even though that's really close. But anyways, thank you everybody so much for watching. We hope you've enjoyed the stream and the whole mess that was the 100 dupe challenge, at least up to this point. We'll probably be back tomorrow. Game still to be determined. It'll either be another stream of Oxygen Not Included, or it might be some Overcooked where Kelsey and I just yell at each other and try and do stuff. But yeah, we hope you enjoyed. We'll catch you next time, and you guys have a great night.